Welcome to Happily Home Cooking. Today we're talking about It-Sits, the ultimate ice cream sandwich, and how you can make this delicious copycat version at home. It-Sits were developed nearly a century ago in the 1920s in the San Francisco Bay Area, but these are no longer a California secret. They feature two delicious old-fashioned oatmeal cookies with a big scoop of vanilla ice cream sandwiched between them and a coating of chocolate. And today I'm going to show you how you can make your own homemade version of this San Francisco treat. Not only are these delicious, but they're so easy to make. We do a no-cook vanilla ice cream. Plus, I'll show you how I like to make them less messy than the original. So let's get started. First things first, we're going to whip up our no-cook vanilla ice cream. We'll start with 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, add a couple dashes of salt, and 1 cup of whole milk. Now give it a whisk to dissolve your sugar. Now we'll add 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract and 2 cups of heavy cream. Give it another stir to combine. And we'll cover this with some plastic wrap and pop it in the fridge to chill for a couple hours. And while our ice cream's chilling, we'll mix up our cookie dough. Start with 1 1/4 cups of old-fashioned oats. We'll throw them into our food processor and give them a whirl to partially grind them up for about 10 seconds or so. Then we'll add 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger, and 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And then we'll turn this back on again just for a few more seconds to combine those dry ingredients. Now get out your mixer. We'll add 1 stick of unsalted softened butter, a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And we'll cream those all together. Start your mixture on a medium-low speed at first, and then once they've started to combine, you can kick it up to a medium-high. And we'll let this go for about 5 minutes until the mixture is light and fluffy. Now scrape down the sides. And we'll add in a 1/4 cup of molasses. Now we'll turn the mixer back on and let it go for another 3 minutes or so. Now add 1 egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And again, mixer on to combine them all thoroughly. Give those sides another scrape down. And then one more quick mix to make sure all those wet ingredients are thoroughly combined together. Now we'll just add in our dry ingredients from the food processor. And give that mixer a couple more spins around, just enough to incorporate most of those dry ingredients. Remove your bowl of dough from the mixer. And give it a couple stirs to mix in any remaining bits of flour. Then we'll pop our dough into the fridge to chill for an hour. Once our ice cream mixture has been in the fridge for a couple hours, we'll just pour it into our ice cream maker. And we'll let this go for about 20 minutes until it resembles soft serve. And then we'll transfer our ice cream into a freezer-safe container, and we're going to give this a little bit in the freezer just to firm up a bit more before making our It's It ice cream sandwiches with it. Coming back to our cookies, once your dough has chilled for about an hour, we are ready to scoop and bake our oatmeal cookies. I use a medium-sized cookie scoop, and this makes about 21 cookies for me. And I'll bake these at 350 degrees for 12 minutes. Once our cookies are set but still soft, we're going to let them cool completely to room temperature. And then it's assembly time. Flip your cookies over. Add a generous scoop of our homemade vanilla ice cream. Top with another cookie and gently press together. I like to do this when the cookies are room temperature and not chilled just yet, so that they're nice and soft and pliable so they won't crack or break as you squish them together. So we'll repeat this for the rest of our cookies. And then we'll stick them in the freezer until our ice cream has firmed up completely and our cookies are chilled. And then our last step is to add our chocolate. I'm using Smucker's Magic Shell chocolate syrup. I like to use this because it firms up really nicely, but doesn't get hard like melted chocolate would. Now here's my tip that I mentioned about making our It's Its less messy than the store-bought version. The originals are coated entirely in chocolate, which is super good, but I like to personally just coat mine around the edges. That way when you're holding onto it, you're holding onto cookie and not having chocolate melt all over your fingers. My husband still likes it when I coat these entirely in chocolate, so sometimes we'll do that too. And the great thing about doing them yourself is that you can just do it however your family likes it. The magic shell sets up in just a minute, and then these are ready to eat, or you can store them in the freezer for later. And that's it for today's recipe. Now you can make your own It's It ice cream sandwiches at home too. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and I wish you happy home cooking.